Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the Art Review series, and today we'll be checking out the work of Nico, or exogeon art. I'm trying to remember where I found this artist first. Maybe it was on Instagram. Well, I think because they do have an art station as well. Now be warned, there are some pieces here that are kind of unsafe. But you know what? Let me just focus on the Instagram first because I think it's mostly clean. but as you can see, guys, definitely my kind of artist. Let me just open these images in a new tab because right now I'm thinking of a couple of artists like let me write their names down. My inputwo is a big one. My input. Whoa. Oh my, I'm forgetting their names. But there's a couple more artists to have the same kind of vibe in their work. Yeah, I'll try opening all of these first. So we can actually like zoom in. Wait, did I open this yet? Oh, I did. I'm kind of panicking for some reason. Maybe it's the artwork. Oh, by the way, it's been a while since I've done a recording. I wasn't necessarily in a slump. I was just like not fully there. But I'm back, so don't be afraid. Interesting, just be quickly looking at the images here. I think a lot of the clothing is sort of on its own layer because I can see like a shadow underneath, right? Like it's separate from the actual body. Kind of like these foliage or these like plants or flowers. Interesting. They're kind of experimental in that way, but let me just also go to the pencils or the quick sketch types. These are more like gesture drawings. Okay. Oh. It's a bit... Thankfully it's not too rendered because that would probably be a bit too much, but... when they sketch, they have like lines in between. Oh, sorry, they have spaces in between the lines, meaning... It's not like a full contour drawing. Like they almost cut short of the full line. I do see this kind of style with like fashion types of artists or fashion designers. They have like a minimalistic way of drawing their lines. Especially the more concept types of sketches. I need to write some artists down because right now nothing is coming to mind. Let me check out this post as well. So you can tell they do spend a lot of pages really honing down their figure drawing skills. And I think it does translate to their more rendered stuff, right? You know what? Maybe Jun Yang something. I think that's the right name. Jun something Yang. It kind of reminds me of their work, especially the figure drawing stuff. And they do it traditionally in pencil. For the main sort of gestural lines, it's like the sharp point of the pencil, and then for like the core shadows, you can tell they're using the side of that, I'm guessing, same pencil. Wait, is this one the lines look a bit more like ballpoint pen? Can you zoom in? I think it's ballpoint because I do see some like oil buildup. I think previously they used the pencil. Wait, did they? Oh, maybe it's all ballpoint pen. And then for the shading, they simply do a... Oh, nice feet. And that's also a thing about their work is they have a thing for feet, which to my audience, I mean, it's one of my biggest kind of weaknesses. I do like the way they draw. It's like so... again, I think if you look at the line work of my input, we'll take away the rendering part. Just the way the lines are drawn, it has that same kind of vibe, right? Like they have lots of like long, smooth strokes, and then it's kind of quick but precise. You know? Oh wow, there you go. There you go. Interesting. They're mixing two lines, like a blue line and a purple line. I'm guessing they're approaching this piece part by part. I'm not sure if it's like a style thing or if it's more of a like a method to. No idea. I had like a thought, but it's gone now. Damn, those shapes be looking great. I do agree. I do agree. Right? If you look at the rendering, there is some texture, but it's mainly. It's not that much. Most of it is actually in the background, I think. Oh, maybe in her lips a bit. She kind of reminds me of Harley Quinn from the Batman kind of world or DC realm. I do like her. Although I've been influenced more by the cartoons. I've seen some like a few episodes of that whole thing. I remember the scene with Batman. The bed scene. It's the cartoon version. What was it, Batman? Or was it the guy who knows or who knew how to shoot with guns? I'm not sure which. Anyway, I do like the rendering. It looks like they're using a directional brush in some parts, but the way it's rendered, it's not too realistic. Like there's a bit of abstraction. Like you can feel the volume, right, of this leg and even the hand, but it's not too like it's not rendered all the way. I feel like there's a bit of expressionism, like they're not being too precise. I mean, maybe the shapes, the silhouette of the whole thing. I mean, obviously this like circular sword or knife, right? The hands, the way the hair is done, the clothing, like everything is chunked out properly, but the way it's rendered inside or within those shapes, it's a bit more, you know, in a way it kind of reminds me of the painting approach of Gigi Cavenago for some reason. Let me go to the let me go to this grayscale. Oh wow, it's a big one. It almost looks like a bit of a like charcoal. Sometimes it's watercolor-esque, but it's definitely like a value study. Some mix of lines here, some big strokes, small strokes, some texture. Like this one has like a wet edge to it, like these strokes in the hair a bit. Yeah, they're quite experimental. Although when it comes to their facial proportions, I do think it's kind of semi-realistic. It kind of reminds me of the work of Sabu. Now Sabu is also a not safe for work artist, but it's one of my faves. Be warned, his work can be intense, so if you're a child, go away. For the degenerates and the yeah, I do recommend you check out. Oh yeah, Sabu also does a lot of like elf themed projects. Interesting. Look at the way the abs were done, right? It's always a tricky thing, like how do you draw like the folds? But anyway, look at the bow, right? It has like a bold black line all around it. I'm guessing it's on its own layer. Same thing for the body over here, right? There's a bold line. And some of those edges can be quite, or corners can be quite sharp. Interesting. Look at the way the core shadow was done. Very orange, right? But it has like a blur to it in the edge. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Even the way the background is done. No, it doesn't have like the bold lines, only because it's not really the main thing that's being focused on, but it's a lot more impressionistic. I mean, look at the way the leaves were done. Very cool, right? I'm guessing they made the shape first and then they painted within the shape, right? To add these like textures. But look at the chaos, right? Like you can feel like the lights sort of piercing through like some leaves being casted on like the ground. I do feel that very nature like vibe. No, the face is kind of cartoony a little bit, but there's definitely like some volume in there, so I do think it's a little more semi-realistic-esque. So we have like the doggo here. I forgot the name of this actual dog, but it's like a Japanese kind of dog. The one with the fat kind of cheeks. Again, let's look at the rendering, guys. Look at the way it's like not all the way rendered. They're kind of simple with it. And it looks like they're using a flat brush. I also see quite a bit of like gradients, meaning it's shifting from one hue to another. I'm guessing that flat brush has like a soft edge to it on one side, so it helps with that effect. And maybe they can add some soft brushes or soft brush strokes after as well. Same thing for this like bra area, or sorry, this top thing. Interesting. Even the way the hair, right? The silhouette, it's all within like one, like it's all in one layer, I'm guessing. And then like even the way these strands were done, I think this is manually done, right? You can even see like the brush spacing a bit here. And then within that whole layer, they paint in the shadows. And look at how thick that flat brush is. Yeah. You would have to get it right with the shape. Like you don't want to. I'm guessing they had like a rough line sketch beforehand before they would make this actual shape, right? Because the overall like silhouettes and shapes are very like clean and smooth. Reminds me of another artist like 710 7. I think it's a Chinese guy. 7. I'll just write 7 down. 7 something. Oh, let me just. Oh my god. I'm back. We got more doggos here. Look at them. Oh wait, do we see some feet here? Oh, we don't. There you go. Look at that. Now the lighting is a lot more realistic, right? It almost looks like a shot from a magazine of sorts. Maybe this could be like a study, right? But I do like how they were able to abstract it, but it still has that realism, right? In terms of like the values, the lighting, it feels very realistic. Like when you zoom out, it feels like a photo. But when you start zooming in and seeing the shapes, it's very obviously abstracted, which I do like. It's a very interesting combination, and they still include that bold black line. Now it's not as thick for this guy or for this specific figure, but it's definitely still there. I mean, I like the way they're able to capture like the softness of it, the light, right, and the edges. Like you can actually feel the softness of their skin in a way. And look at them toes. Look at them toes. Yeah, yeah, lots of hard edges. Interesting. Again, look at the face. You can really feel like the volume of it. And you can tell they did spend time, rendering the face a bit more, just because you can see like way more nuance with like the planes of the face. Like I see a lot of soft edges, hard edges, and they're kind of small strokes. So you can tell they kind of locked in that area. Interesting. You know what? You can still see some blues here, some greens. Some green again, some reds. Like there is quite a bit of hue variety, very subtle. And that's the thing about realism. If you want to achieve that in your work, just add some hues. Try to include the full spectrum, pretty much. Not all of the hues, but try to. If this is the full spectrum of hues, you want to have some hues picked from pretty much all areas, like some reds, some blues, some greens. But they don't always have, or they don't all have to be fully saturated. Oftentimes they're very desaturated, and you have like one main hue that's, you know, the main color of the piece you have. But if you can see like a bunch of different hues, even though they're kind of desaturated or just grayer, it just adds that more realistic vibe. Oh, I mean the pose. Come on, guys. I mean, even the way the fat was done in the Rare. You know what? Maybe Mattsun something art. Hopefully, I'm getting the name Mattsun art. Oh yeah, pixmilk. I think the way it's drawn, the figures are drawn, it has a bit of that vibe. Pixmilk. Oh yeah, Taejin. I think the name is Taejin. T-A-E and then J-I-N. Hopefully I'm right. But for them, they do a lot of line drawings. And last I checked, they were like in color blue. But the way the figure was drawn, obviously the feet, it's so freaking cool. And I like how she's kind of curvy. Like you can feel like she's not like that thin. Like you can tell there's a bit of flesh, but she's not exactly like that. I mean, like there's muscle. Like she feels healthy, right? Oh yeah. But yeah, they do have to simplify the background. Obviously, they've done this with other pieces, but yeah, pretty cool. You know what? They do have. I'm gonna link both the ArtStation with the Instagram first, but definitely like the ArtStation as well, and the Twitter or X. Although for the X, they do have. Let me just quickly see it. Oh yeah, it's a little more. Let's try this. Okay, we have some figure drawings here. Yeah, they have some posts here that are not on Instagram. Jeez, it's so right. The way they draw, that's like the face. It reminds me a lot of my inputwo, which is funny because sometimes when I check these artists out, sometimes the guy I'm thinking of, the artist I'm thinking of, is also following the artist that reminds me of the artist that's following the. You get it? Look at that. Nice shadows. But you know what? The way they draw, it kind of reminds me of some like storyboard artists or animators. Like if you watch the way they draw, like it's very oh, it's big. It's like a simplified way of like it has less lines for some reason. Like they're very efficient with their line work. It's definitely a lot more like action based. Like you can, like there's no doubt in like the movement. And even for example the hands, like you can feel the expression of it. Like they always try to lock that in, because you know they have to like they're focused on like narrative storytelling. So they want to make sure like each body part is, especially like the hands, arms, obviously the face, and the body pose or posture. They make sure that they get that kind of right. Or yeah, they're just more sensitive to that. So if you look at the way they paint again, look at the impressionistic kind of strokes, like very big strokes. Look at that flat brush. I do like the openings in between. It makes it look like a more traditional looking brush, you know. Yeah, some texture here and there, but yeah. Yeah, I like how it's not boring, you know. Interesting. Let's go back. Linux is the way. Tux is McQueen. Oh, yeah. They like doing this thing where they use two colors from one piece. It's pretty cool. But again, look at the way they draw. It's very efficient. And I'm guessing this is like first draft. It feels like it anyway. Very cool. Oh my lord. Look at that. Oh, the hair is like one silhouette, and then they added the highlights with a another like flat slash rake brush ish. Look at that. Damn. Pretty cool. I'm super glad I found this artist. I don't even. I'm not gonna focus on that too much. But I recommend you check this guy out or this artist. Oh, I like this one. This one's a little more safe. Look at that. Like, we showed their gesture drawings done with like ballpoint pen, I believe, and pencil earlier in their Instagram. It is, you know, given the amount of drawings we've seen, they're serious about that practice. And yeah, this one feels like a visual development kind of thing. If you just search for visual development art, they have like a simplified way of painting, and it's very stylized often. Pretty cool. Let's go back to this guy. Oh, they're using the same brush for drawing, right? And then for adding some shading, so... You know, that's always the trick when it comes to brushes. Like, you want to have a brush that's kind of good when it's small and big, right? Because there are brushes, like, when you go smaller, it just sort of disappears. Especially in, like, Photoshop. I think it usually happens in Photoshop, but I think even in Clip Studio Paint sometimes, it just sort of disappears. Especially when you have, like, textures involved and stuff like that. But, you know, zooming in on this brush, I think it's like a basic no texture kind of brush, I think. I don't know. Yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, I guess the takeaway for this episode would be to just do more drawings, gesture drawings. Wait, let me just quickly I won't zoom in, but let me just have a peek. Oh, these are the black ballpoint pen stuff. Yeah, so they have like the more full version here on their X, so I do recommend that. And I mean, come on, the way it's like even the shadows have like a border, pretty cool. Look at that. It can kind of represent like the core shadow as well, right? This orange line. So freaking cool. Very unique way of rendering. So yeah, not only do they have like an interesting sort of illustration style, but it's based, or it only makes the thing even better because the thing beneath that is their very solid, fleshy figures, right? And they're mainly female figures. I don't think they do guys, right? Maybe for like portraits here and there, but it's mainly just women. So yeah, don't be ashamed to lock in. If women or female characters are the only thing that kind of turn you on, or or motivate you, then just do that, right? Just check out my inputwo. You know, they mainly focus on like female characters, and oftentimes the background is like left as white with maybe a few graphical elements, but you know, you can lock in and just enjoy. I mean, look at those toes. I mean, geez, I mean, right? So, they're so kind of like red, like you can feel they've been walking for a while, you know. So, and they're kind of long too, the nails. Oh, wow. And do you see the kind of white spots here? You can tell there's some sweat. So. Jeez. Okay, I'm gonna stop. And there you go. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.